Okay, so I now have 2 ravens and 2 vultures circling above me, which is like amazingly good omen because those are like my sign animals. They're pretty common, to be honest, but also they don't appear when they don't want to appear, but they have appeared to me today. 2 vultures, 2 ravens at the same time. This is amazing, and I can hear the ravens calling. Like, I'm blessed. Okay, I'm so blessed. I'm not here to talk about ravens and vultures in this beautiful park that I'm at. I'm here to talk about poverty consciousness. Like, what does that even mean? Poverty consciousness is thought pattern, or it's a set of thought patterns. It's a type of thought pattern, a series of thought patterns that come from poverty and perpetuate poverty. And you can have these thought patterns even if you have a lot of money. And a lot of people that have a lot of money still have these types of thought patterns. One of the biggest one that's kind of like the easiest to break, and that was really beneficial for me in breaking, is this kind of hoarding mentality, right? So when you're poor, when you grow up poor, when you live poor, sometimes you need things and you don't have the means to obtain them. But you need them, you want them right away. And so you just, you freak out because you need a pair of jeans and you don't have a pair of jeans. And so, as a result, what people end up doing is hoarding. That anytime they can get something, they will, and they'll hold on to it in case they might need it at some future point in time. Because who knows if you'll have the means to get whatever it is that you need at that future point in time. You end up hoarding. And people that do this have stuff that they have never used, and in the rare event that they might need it, could certainly obtain it some other way. But they continue with this thought pattern, this poverty consciousness. And it's something that I feel so incredibly successful in breaking this pattern. And it took me a long time. I'm going to be honest. It took me a long time to break this pattern and do this completion and to get where I am today, where I feel really absolutely confident that my needs will be met. That I came back to I could have stayed in India, but instead I came back to California knowing and accepting the fact that I would be homeless here, and that I would be living out of a suitcase here, and that I don't have Sangha or a temple or an adinam to support me, that I have no one to support me but myself. And I came back to California being okay with that and expecting that I would be able to get my needs met one way or another. That consciousness, life, cosmos, Swamiji, my guru, Paramahamsa Nityananda, that by his grace and his blessings, that my needs would be met and I would be cared for. And that has absolutely 100% been the case, that I have not been needing anything. I have not been lacking in anything that I need. And it's great. It's really great. But it definitely took a while to get to that point. And I think the first step that I took to break this, poverty consciousness kind of thought pattern was, a few years back, the place where I was living had this amazing, amazing free bin. And so you could just go and get all sorts of stuff, especially clothes. There were always a lot of clothes in this free bin. And they were good clothes too. I got some really nice clothes. And so what I decided was that I was not going to buy any more new clothing, except, like underwear. I'm going to buy that new. But as far as anything else, I was not going to buy any new clothing. And I was going to wait and get it from the free bin. But that I would only take clothing that I needed. I would not go and grab everything in my size. I would wait until I specifically needed something. That way I would not accumulate more clothing. And it was, I felt that was risky, to be honest. I felt it was risky. And of course, at any point in time, I could have just decided to go buy clothes. But I decided I was going to take this risk and try it out. And it worked so well. It worked so incredibly well that when I needed something, when I needed a new wallet, when I needed a new pair of jeans, when I needed some, work shoes, I waited. I waited until they became available in the free bin, until something in my size was available in the free bin. It happened, and I didn't have to wait forever. The things would manifest promptly. And in the time that I waited between the point when I needed the new thing and the point when I got the new thing, I didn't feel like I was lacking at all. That I felt very comfortable in waiting to replace things that needed replacing. Like, sure, maybe I don't have a pair of jeans, but I have plenty of other pants that I can wear. Sure, I don't have, the kind of work shoes I want, but I have work shoes that are good enough to get me through until I can get the kind of work shoes that I want, right? Like, my old wallet's falling apart, but I can hold it together for long enough before this, a new wallet appears in the free bin. And just starting with that, I accumulated less stuff, and I got very comfortable making do with what I have and waiting to replace what I needed. And I no longer have access to that free bin, but I'm still, I have access to all sorts of alternative economies and have no problem getting my needs met for free. Like, I don't know, I think I've talked about this in videos before about how I've positioned myself in these networks of alternative economies where people prefer to trade and barter and gift things away instead of exchanging money for them. It's amazing because I can get almost all of my needs met just from trade and barter without exchanging money. It's been fantastic. Like, even I'm getting my hair done for free because I'm designing a website. I mean, it's not like for free, it's for trade. I'm putting a lot of work into designing this website, but I'm going to get my hair done. It's a matter of you have to start learning to let go of these things. You have to start learning that it is not the end of the world if your old jeans fall apart and you have to wait a few days to get a new pair. It's about just getting creative with life, getting creative with the way that you get stuff, just learning to trust that what you need will be provided. There is so much stuff in this world. There is really so many things, objects, devices, appliances, clothing, shoes, cars. I got a car for free and I got a motorcycle for free. I've sold them both since. You can totally get your needs met, and it's take the steps that you need to take to start living a lifestyle where you let the universe and the cosmos and life and existence take care of you and provide what you need. I mean, people go through all these like weird mind games and, vision boards and mantras and, things like that for manifesting. And if you don't do this kind of fundamental, completion within yourself, just letting go of this grasping and let the universe provide for you. Like, no amount of, money mantras and positive affirmations are going to help if you fundamentally don't expect life and the cosmos and the universe to do what you need to do. And you have to just let it happen and give yourself the opportunity to let it happen. Do this in a way that it's going to be feasible for you, whatever that means. Start doing completion with this, really. I mean, this is like the first step to getting out of poverty consciousness, I believe. It was the first step that I took anyway. And it's a pattern that has, breaking that pattern has improved my life so much. So much. Like, I'm not wealthy. I don't have a lot of money. But I'm so confident in my ability to get my needs met that I'm not concerned, like I'm not pinching pennies so much that I can't just go and get my nails done and just have a nail day. It's not something I do regularly. I honestly don't remember the last time I got a manicure or a pedicure. It's been, I'm sure, probably a year. So it's definitely a rare indulgence. Life is good. Life is good. Life is good. Life is very, very good.